What's up guys, Crazy here, back into Borderlands, and of course the Bloody Harvest event is underway. It's pretty damn fun, but it can also be quite rewarding, especially since we have some brand new legendaries, brand new anointed effects that are really awesome, and of course we also have the new hack zone and the boss at the end of it. So quite a lot of stuff to talk about. There's some secrets in there as well, and today I'm going to show you what you need to know in order to make the most out of it and get as much loot as possible. Now for those who didn't get a chance to play the new event, as soon as you install the update and get into the game, you're going to be contacted by a new NPC called Maurice, and you can actually find him on Sanctuary 3 right next to the Mayhem mode modifiers right here. Once you talk to him, he is going to give you a mission to find a ghost, and as soon as you do that, he's going to put you on a track to find 25 hectoplasm, and you're going to need that in order to access the new zone, and that is going to be a repeatable mission. The only way you can access the new hack zone is by actually repeating that mission over and over again and collecting 25 hectoplasm each time from the enemies. Now the easiest way to do this, the one that I found to work the best for me, was to simply farm enemies on Athenas. There's a whole bunch of them and a lot of haunted enemies actually spawn in that location, so you don't even actually need to complete the entire map to actually collect 25 hectoplasm and finish the first part of the mission for Maurice. Now after you do that and collect the 25 hectoplasm, he is going to give you access to the new portal. As I was saying, you can find it right behind him over here on Sanctuary 3, and through it you can access the hack zone. Now the hack zone is a beast of its own. It definitely holds some secrets, there's some puzzles in there as well, and of course a lot of haunted enemies, and here is where you're going to want to pay attention to, because this is quite important. So while you're playing in the hack zone, you're going to have better chances at getting legendaries, especially the ones with the new anointed effect, and I actually got a chance to get a bunch of these. Some of them can definitely be quite powerful. In this case, you can get very interesting terrified effects that can give you very nice bonuses. For example, you have increased critical chance, or weapon damage, or simply damage reduction, or health regeneration. These can definitely be very powerful, and it's not just the legendaries that get the anointed effects. I found most of the weapons that dropped over there having these anointed effects. I'm going to talk about the Stereo effect towards the end of the video, but in the meantime let's focus on how to actually get loot in the new update. So one of the first methods is of course to pay attention to the enemies. You're going to see a lot of them with some very interesting auras around them. Some of them are going to be green, some of them are going to be red, and I'm pretty sure I saw some of them being actually orange. Now the ones that are most important are the red and the orange effects, because when you kill these enemies they can spawn red or orange skulls, and these skulls have an increased chance to actually drop legendaries, and to be more specific, legendaries with the brand new anointed effect. So the cool part about this is that this works not only in the hack zone but also literally in any other zone out there. Of course it's not guaranteed, but in my personal experience I've seen the drop chances to be quite good. Moving on though, since we were talking about the hack zone, there's one puzzle over here that you should probably pay attention to, and this is actually quite early, and as soon as you reach the second zone with the cathedral over there, all you need to do is to clear up the enemies, and eventually you will find a bunch of keychains with some colored skulls, and these are actually quite important because if you do this properly you can unlock a secret area which gives you access to a bunch of chests, one of which is a red chest that can also spawn legendaries. Now in order to solve this puzzle, it's actually really damn simple, and all you need to do is to pull these chains in the correct order, and to find the correct order all you need to do is to pay close attention to the 4 pumpkins that spawn right outside of this room. It's the actual 2 staircases that led to the room in the first place, and each of the staircases have 2 of these pumpkins. They are all in different colors most of the time, so pay close attention to these colors from left to right, as this is the sequence that you need to follow. So from left to right, pay close attention to these pumpkins and their colors, and this is the correct way to actually pull on these chains. Once you complete the correct sequence, this is going to destroy a wall right behind you, which is going to give you access to a brand new area which is inaccessible otherwise, but this is going to reward you some really nice loot over there, and especially so in the back room you're going to find a red chest that can spawn some really nice items, and of course another one to the right side, but the red chest is the most important over here because it can definitely spawn some legendaries. And the best part about this, and the next tip that I'm going to give you, is the fact that you can actually repeat this puzzle over and over again, and also reset this red chest over and over again to get those legendaries. So what you need to do is simply reload your game, and this is going to put you back at the previous save point. So from this point on, what you'll want to do is to actually navigate through the area, area. Yes, the enemies are going to spawn, but you can simply ignore them, go into the back room, complete the sequence again, open the area again, and then open the red chest at the back, and you can do this as many times as you want to. It seems that there's no limit on how many times you can actually reset this, and eventually if you do this enough times, you're definitely going to get some legendaries. Now another thing that you should be paying attention to is the brand new challenge track, and there's going to be a challenge track associated with the brand new event, which you can find in the pause menu. So this is the primary method to earn the new cosmetics in the new event. This includes the shrunk skull trinket, the echo device theme, and of course the new skins for your character and for your weapons, and some of these are actually really damn easy. If you follow the guide on the pumpkin puzzle, then you're going to easily get one of the first achievements, which is easy as pumpkin pie. This is going to give you this achievement for solving the pumpkin puzzle. Another one is for killing Captain Hunt with a Bloody Harvest gun, and this is literally any gun in the game that has the new Anointed Terror effect. It can be a legendary, it can be an epic, it doesn't matter. As long as the killing blow is with this weapon, it is still going to count. Also, because so many of these new weapons are going to drop in the new map, just equip 3 of them and you can also get the pumpkin spice, and the rest of them are even easier. Some of them require you to kill haunted rare spawns, such as for example El Dragon Jr., Borman Nates, Rackman, and so on. Everything else over here is just about playing through the event, so killing enemies, killing ghosts, and killing the end boss over and over again up until you get these achievements. Now as far as the rest of the hack zone goes, it's pretty damn fun. It's actually quite unique. There's rivers of blood, there's some really interesting enemies over here. A few of them are mini bosses, so they have increased chances to of course drop more loot, but at the end of this event you're going to find Captain Hunt, which is the main boss of this area, and unlike the puzzle that I just showed you, unfortunately this one cannot be respawned. So even if you reload your game, he won't respawn unless you go out, complete the 25 ectoplasm phase again, enter the new zone, clear it again, and go at the end of it. That is the only way you can access him again after defeating him the first time. But as far as the boss goes, he is pretty fun, he looks very cool, the music in the background is definitely awesome, and he has some really interesting phases. He's not too difficult, but he is definitely challenging. We of course have the new Fearmonger shotgun that gets to drop at this event. Unfortunately this didn't drop for me yet, so I'm still farming, but I'm hearing it's actually really damn powerful. And there's also a new grenade which seems to have a very interesting effect, and this seems to be quite powerful, the Ghost Call grenade, which comes with a ton of damage, and it also comes with toxic damage. It seems that it only spawns with the toxic elemental, so I'm hearing that this is also quite powerful and probably like one of the best in the game. But yeah, I'm going to have to test this out because it didn't drop for me yet. And on a final note, on the hack zone there's also a room in the back that opens as soon as you defeat Captain Hunt, and this is where you will access the portal to go back to Sanctuary 3 as soon as you finish the area, but it's also the place where you can access a brand new red chest. This is the second red chest that you can actually access in this map, at the very least the one that I know of, and it's going to give you another chance to get some legendaries or at the very least some better loot, so it's definitely a very good thing to have. Now all of these methods that I showed you, the one about the red and the orange skulls, the one about killing enemies, the one about the hack locations, the puzzles, the red chest and all of that, are pretty damn good on their own. They can definitely reward you. Captain Hunt can also give you some legendaries, but there's actually a zone that is much better than anything else, even in the new event, and that is of course the Slaughter Shaft. I'm pretty sure that other areas work pretty good as well, but the Slaughter Shaft is the one that I had the most success with, and the reason for that is because most of the enemies over here are going to spawn as hunted, and even better because there's a lot of champions over here, a lot of elites, they are going to spawn as hunted with the red or the orange effect. So in this case I found a ton of enemies that spawned with the red effect, which means that as soon as I would kill them, they would also spawn the red skulls, and these skulls had increased chances to drop legendaries in the Slaughter Shaft. For some reason the chance is way bigger than in the other areas, so this is what I recommend you guys doing. Get a proper build that can survive this, and in my case I've tested this on Mayhem Mode 3 through Vault Hunter mode, and it definitely rewarded me a ton of legendary gear, especially anointed with the brand new effects. As you can see right now on the screen, legendaries are dropping left and right. But yeah, if there's any other method in the game that you found that works very good with the new event, let me know down below, and in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up on it would be super appreciated. Also subscribe and activate that notification bell, and I'm going to see you next time.